Hey guys, what's going on? Big Cloud here, back again. How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. So before we get into the PlayStation 5 news, obviously I'm pretty sure that's why a lot of you are here. Let's start with something a little different for a second. You guys already know there was a big report going around that Rocksteady was making Superman games and possibly there was another Batman game on the horizon. Well, it looks like that might have been true. However, there's no reports from Rocksteady as of right now. But we do have some news regarding a Superman, Batman, and hell, even the Suicide games or Suicide Squad games. It turns out that WB Games has canceled not only the Batman games, not only the Superman games, but also the Suicide Squad games. And they actually showed off the concept art for their actual games they were going to be doing. Some of these concept arts look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. They look pretty interesting. But the fact that we're not going to get a Superman game as of right now is really depressing. You know, it's depressing. I've been wanting a Superman game for the longest. I know a lot of people go, well, Ryan, I don't think Superman would actually work in video games because, you know, you have to mortalize him, right? He has to take damage in order for it to be realistic. Well, unfortunately, I have to disagree. You see, the gameplay you guys are looking at right now, this is kind of the closest thing you'll get to a Superman game. I think this is only available on PC, though. This game is called Undefeated. It is a free-to-play game. And listen to this. This game was only created by 3 people. 3 college students made this game. Actually, I think 4 college students made this game. But definitely, they made this game. And this game is absolutely phenomenal for what it is. Not a whole lot you can actually do. There's not crazy amount of bosses or anything like that in the game, but it is definitely pretty damn fun, and it definitely does, you know, set a benchmark at least for, you know, what a game can look like, you know. And I just thought that would be interesting to show you guys. You know, this game is really, really cool. I do like this. I really am digging this. And sadly, you know, with the news that we might not get Superman, Batman, or hell, even Suicide Squad, which, to tell you the truth, I can live without the Suicide Squad. I didn't really like the movies, to be honest with you. Or I didn't like the movie. But, you know, it is a little depressing. It's definitely a little depressing. So, there's that, man. I know a lot of you probably listen to this like, oh, wow, you know. What else could we possibly go with Batman? I think Batman, yeah, I can agree with that. You know, they kind of did do an okay job at ending the Arkham series, right? If they wanted to continue the Batman series, they probably could do prequels, maybe, you know, before he became the Dark Knight, even though they kind of did that with Origins. But I'm saying, like, earlier stages before he became the well-known superhero. Remember, Batman was looked at as a menace at one point, but, you know. Just saying, you know, this right here definitely shocked me. So let's go ahead and get into the PS5 news, man. Let's go ahead and skip this. Let's move on. Alright, so with the PlayStation 5 news we got for you today. Now, keep in mind, this is also a rumor. Nothing has been confirmed, but it is definitely another piece to the viable puzzle that is going into next generation. So with the PlayStation 5, we covered a little bit going back in June. I did a video. Basically, the benchmarks for the Gonzalo APU were legit leaked on Twitter. It was basically a sample of the data, and it showed that the Gonzalo APU scored about 20,000 points on the actual scale, and they were comparing that to the top of the line cards and of course the PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 standard peaked at like 5,000, and this new Gonzalo APU, which again we covered a long time ago, scored higher than an RX. It scored higher than the RTX 2070, and it also scored higher than the Vega 64. I mean, this APU was doing some insane work, you know, for what it was. It was actually pretty insane. So, not so surprisingly, we got some more news today, and this is another rumor, but they're saying that this is almost as powerful as a 2080. Now, again, if you go back to what we did in June, it does seem about right, but there is one piece of the puzzle that we just got. They're saying that this is supposedly going to be clocked at 2 gigahertz. This is definitely going to be pretty big if this is actually true for PlayStation 5. If they're clocking it higher, then best believe performance is going to be higher. So just take that in mind, man. I'm looking forward to the system. It's going to be pretty good. Now, as far as, you know, any other details really, I mean, it's not really much, you know, because we kind of already know this. You know, if you go back, if you take notes of everything that's been happening, we kind of already know a lot of, you know, what's already been stated here, you know. But I'm hyped. I'm definitely hyped. I'm looking forward to this. Definitely looking forward to this. So, man, I don't even know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. I know we're going to get more information supposedly in February. On February 12th, we're going to get a Sony meeting or PlayStation meeting. So it's going to be just like the one in February 20th or 2013 where they unveiled the PS4. So we're going to get more details at that actual event. No talks, sadly, of like PSX. But, of course, we're not necessarily in December yet. So I guess we'll get more details going into that. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see for more, right? Because there's not really anything else going around. But this is definitely some pretty good news. Pretty good news. Looking forward to this for sure. I don't think there's anything else I need to add on to this at all, because it's just, we kind of already know a lot of this. You know, we already know. And the same thing can be said about Microsoft Scarlet. We know quite a bit about Scarlet. You know, they did cancel their 2 systems they're going to reveal. Like, they're going to release one as opposed to selling 2, you know, day one. So they're changing stuff around. But yeah, I guess it's just going to be a matter of who's going to actually outshine one another in terms of the raw power, and we'll find that out very soon. All right. But unfortunately, though, that is pretty much it. All I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Not really, I know, not a whole lot, but we got another little piece of the puzzle there. Supposedly it's going to be at 2 gigahertz, so take note of that. Take note of that, all right? And, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, man. If you did hit that like button, I do appreciate it. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so that you don't miss a video, and definitely you won't miss the podcast. You already know RGT podcast is tomorrow, so we'll be back at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So I will see you all live with the fellas and everybody here on the channel. But until then, I want all of you guys to be blessed. Y'all be easy, and yes, go play some games. I'll see you guys till next time. All right, I'm out. Later.